Welcome to the CMU Student Highlight on the Ignite Donuts podcast show. Today I have Josh Wright with me. He's a great CMU student and entrepreneur, so let's dive right in. The Ignite podcast, inspiring entrepreneurship for today and for tomorrow. So hey Josh, how you doing?
How you doing, Chris? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't we just start out, tell us a little about yourself. Tell us, what year you're in, what you're studying.
Okay, yeah, so I'm a junior at Central Michigan University this semester, right now. I'm currently working on my major in entrepreneurship with a minor in real estate development and finance. So I switched my major from business administration to that because of my company, Nottawa Docks, which so we're still in the go ahead.
I was just going to say, you brought up your company right off the bat, which is awesome. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the company?
Okay, so right now we're still kind of in the startup phase, getting stuff rolling. I designed a retracting boat dock where telescopes completely tuned from shore. I started working on that probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago now, and I've kind of slowly progressed it through the blueprinting phase to small scale prototype, and now I'm currently working on trying to get the patents going on that and what I have to do for that. So I just reached out to one of my connections this afternoon, actually, to see if he could put me in touch with a patent attorney. So kind of working at that. And a couple of weeks ago, I did line up a solid investor. So I'm going to be working with him as soon as I get a manufacturer lined up. So kind of a lot of stuff going on right now for me, but
dang, you really are setting up the pieces here. You're getting the investment, you're getting the patents. I mean, even the patents themselves are like this monumental thing if you can actually get that. I mean, that's a big effort if you can. That's awesome that you're moving forward with that. Interesting. So cool. So you competed in the new venture competition, correct?
Yep.
And you did that just last year?
Yeah, just last year was the online version because COVID-19 when that hit.
Mm-hmm. But you did do. You did do make a pitch, right?
Yeah, I did the make a pitch in person, and that was pretty cool. I was kind of using that as kind of get a feel for what it was like being on stage in front of the investors and what they were looking for. Mm-hmm. And honestly, when I went into that, I really didn't think too much about, I wasn't expecting to win or anything. I'm just I just want the experience with it, and then ended up getting first place, and so that was pretty cool.
Right. I think we should mention that you are the 2019 Make a Pitch competition winner.
Yeah.
Right here, we got a real a champion on our hands. No, and I think I do remember because I was actually competing against you, not directly, but I did make a pitch that year. Yeah, and I thought, I did do the Ignite had the video too. I guess we won the video pitch. I don't know.
When you're the only video pitch, so it helps.
Right. I mean, I guess we won, but I think your accomplishment is much better. But I remember your pitch, and it was really exciting. Just the concept of a retractable dock. As someone who does have a cabin in northern Michigan and has taken and put in docks in 40-degree water and almost died. Yeah. The prospect of that product directly is wow, that would be very useful for me. So I think you struck a chord with people. So let's back up. You won the make a pitch, and so then it was just the logical choice for you to just move on to the new venture competition.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning on doing the competition. A couple of the faculty members at CMU talked me into it. At the time when I first started, when I first mentioned the whole idea for Nottawa Docks, I thought they were going to think I was crazy, because that's what I was kind of getting from people that are closer to me. And eventually it kind of turned into the make a pitch, and I was able to develop it from there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was kind of the new venture competition, though. This past competition was kind of crazy for me, because it started out where I hired an accountant that was going to help me present the financial stuff, because there was no way that I was going to remember all the numbers and the details and everything. And so that ended up being a really good thing, having him. So we were kind of gearing the presentation toward obviously doing it in person. And then the last minute switched to we're doing everything on video. So I literally had to rework the entire presentation of going from we're in front of people expecting a Q&A after I intentionally left certain aspects of the presentation out to promote more investors asking questions, and then had to rework that into almost like an infomercial style presentation. And I've never done a video recording before for any type of class presentation, so that was pretty crazy too.
Yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying, because I did, not with Ignite Donuts, but with a different company, I did the obviously the NBC, and switching. I was relying on demos to really sell my thing, out the window, and I even had video experience, and I still didn't do very well with even a well done video. How did you do in NBC 2020?
I ended up taking third place. The other two winners were from Michigan Tech.
Okay, so I mean, you took third in the main, not the 2-minute thing, like the 10.
Yeah, I did the main 10-minute. So I was, so I mean that was pretty crazy. And I honestly didn't think I was gonna place, because I had everyone else. I didn't realize they were doing full on video editing, have these nice graphics and stuff going on. And the original video that I submitted, I had already worked on some edits, and when I submitted it, I got an email from the chair of the entrepreneurship department the night we were supposed to submit everything, saying that he noticed there weren't any edits in it, so I actually submitted the wrong one.
Oh,
so I was trying to hustle to find the right video. I got that submitted, and about a couple hours before midnight, when everything had to be finalized, he said it wasn't really enough, because there was a couple distractions in the background. Like we had a coat hanger. We did in my accountant's department, because he had like a huge white wall that we could use as a background, and we had a huge coat hanger in the corner of it, and so that was kind of a distraction. So I ended up getting a hold of my sister, who is a BCA major, and she kind of works some last minute magic into it and was able to completely cover it up with the presentation, so you couldn't see that coat hanger, and we were still trying to social distance at the same time. So it was just it was interesting. And I think that was when we recorded, it was actually the day before the quarantine really struck down, where it was like you couldn't be in anyone else's home or apartment unless it was like family. So I actually had a call from somebody in the entrepreneurship department questioning when we recorded the video too. So that was a little stressful on top of that.
Wow.
But it was just like everything was about timing with that.
Yeah.
Like you never know what life's gonna throw at you.
No, yeah. No, I know what you mean. It's funny, when I recorded my video, it was before was it before the stay-at-home order? I'm not sure. It was around that period. But I thought I had been exposed to somebody with the virus, and so I was convinced I was going to get sick the next day. So I was like, I got to record everything now. I have to record it now before I get sick and die. I gotta. Lo and behold, I didn't get sick. So that's good. But I recorded really everything in a day, because I was like, I'm going to die. I'm going to get sick. It's all going to be over.
Yeah. I think that was probably the most stressful part of that whole competition for me. Even make a pitch combined, it was just that 4-hour window of getting emails, getting a call from the executive director of the entrepreneurship department at 8:00 at night when I'm trying to make dinner, was saying, "Hey, we have an issue."
Oh man. Well, and despite all of that, I mean, you obviously, the video was some trouble for you. Despite it, obviously the judges still really, really liked it. I mean, you got third place. The other two teams were Michigan Tech teams, pretty much different than the CMU projects that were here. So clearly, at least out of the CMU projects, you were the best, And I guess that's your message, right? I mean, who cares if the video is weird? It's the message that really mattered, I think. So.
And even if I didn't place, I really didn't care as much, because I got the experience, and it was something I've never done before. So I learned a lot from it.
Absolutely.
Especially in the last couple of days of working on it. But
right. It's crazy I think when you have a deadline like that, you realize what you're actually capable of doing, which is you can do so much work if you're under the gun and you really want something.
Yeah.
So, Cool, but you did win, even though it wasn't, you got third. It wasn't a great experience because you didn't get the in-person stuff. You didn't get the networking per se. I don't even know if you got feedback. I never got feedback for my thing.
Yeah, neither did I. I was kind of wondering that too,
Yeah,
because
well,
I mean we had the option for it.
yeah, I asked. No feedback for me. No feedback for you. Did that moving forward with the project? Did that like discourage you at all, or were you pretty gung ho? You're
Not.
like, this is gonna work, you know?
I mean, not at all. I mean, I made enough connections between CMU and just like on a personal, or I knew I was going to be fine with like having a mentor and like getting feedback on it. And one of my mentors, he's owned, I think, a total of like 10 companies he's bought and sold now. So I've been kind of working with him, had him look over my finances and see what he thought of it. And so, I mean, I talked to him at least once a week. So I didn't really lose anything from that aspect, but I still wanted that on stage experience of just like in front of people, like hearing what other investors had to say from their
Well,
experiences.
I don't know about you, but you kind of wanted the experience of being up on stage and getting handed the big check in person too. That's something pretty cool that,
Yeah.
it stinks that you missed. So actually, let's look back to that. You have an investor, or not an investor, more of a mentor. That's something that I personally have actually kind of lacked. How has having somebody who's experienced in business that you can talk to on a regular basis kind of helped you along with your project or your life in general?
Well, I mean, I've known him for several years now, and the first time I reached out to him was actually for an entrepreneurship class my freshman year here at Central. And I reached out to him just like interview him for a paper. I think you might have actually been in the class too, where we did the interview an entrepreneur assignment.
I
But
don't
yeah.
know.
Anyway, we so I reached out to him for that, and he didn't realize that I actually had a business idea at that point in time, and I was part of it. I was kind of afraid to tell him,
Right.
and because I thought he'd like cut it down or something. And I when we first started doing the new venture stuff right before Make a Pitch, I kind of brought the idea to him, and I literally asked him if we could meet for a half an hour, sat him down at the table, showed him all my blueprint, showed him the details, showed him my what I called my action plan, which is it was kind of like a long-term business plan I had where like I wanted to take the company, and showed that to him. And he said, and I was expecting him just like give me some feedback and constructive criticism, and he said, "Have you filed your LLC yet?" And I'm like, "Nope." He said, "We're doing that right now." And he asked he said, "What about your web domain?" And he said, "Okay, we're going to do that today too." He said, "I want to invest." He said, "But we need to do the stuff right now before the stuff gets taken." It was just, so it totally like
Wow.
switched my mindset from going to the simple, "What's your opinion of this?" to, "Okay, I actually legally own a business now, and I have have to file, get the EIN, the employer identification number, and all that.
Right.
Learn what all the stuff means."
Yeah, all the legal stuff. Wow. So that's pretty incredible. I mean, so it sounds like your mentor, she pushed you from being kind of on the fence, be like, wow, I have this idea, to this is a real thing now.
Yeah.
That's an important step, I think. That's a very important moment for any entrepreneur when they commit to, oh, this is real now.
Yeah. And the crazy thing was like, my dad's like always supported me with the stuff, but like he never, I don't know that he took it 100% seriously until that point, because he was sitting in the room kind of like watching TV, and then the next thing that happened, like when he said, "Okay, we're going to file this right now," my dad got interested and came over to the table and was like, "So what's going on?"
That's funny.
And so, yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. So what's next it's Nottawa Docks, right? That's how you pronounce it, Nottawa Docks?
Yep.
What's next for your company, Nottawa Docks, you think?
Like I said, the big thing is just I need to keep working with my engineer on getting the blueprints, so right now for the competition I had to make up just like an animation, so it kind of shows the dock retracting in and out. And so I had the engineer sign an NDA, and I showed him like basically every detail I had of it, so he knew what to put in the animation. And honestly, it turned out far better than I thought it was going to. Is I literally told him, I don't care if it's like stick figures. I just need something representing it going out. And
Mm-hmm.
he made a actual seawall, the dock, the poles, everything in detail how I wanted
Wow.
it. So now the next step is to continue working with him on the mechanical aspect of doing everything, like how it works, like how it's wired. I know for the patents, like they're really strict on the details they want. So like, for example, if I drill a 1/4 inch size hole in a piece of aluminum, they want to know that it's a 1/4 inch size hole. They want to know how far from between the poles it is, and just
Wow.
crazy details like that. So
Oh,
I'm just trying to figure out all that stuff. So that's
yeah.
part of me wanting to meet with a patent attorney next week.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Best of luck with that. No, I think that's incredible that you're already, thinking about the patents and what you need, to get it done. Um, awesome. Thanks, Josh. I think that's all the questions I have. I think our listeners, viewers have a great idea of Nottawa Docks. Um, is there a way? Do you have any social media or anything they can follow you, or any way to find you?
I do have some social media, but there's really nothing posted on it right now. I think I had something for Make a Pitch posted on the Instagram page, but that was about it.
Nice, we'll throw it out there. What is it?
So
Not
I
just
mean,
Nottawa Docks?
yeah, it's just Nottawa Docks LLC.
Okay. Yeah, there you have
So
it.
but yeah, I mean, hopefully within the next year or so, I'll have something else on there, whether it's progress wise or actually have a prototype.
Hmm.
But
Awesome.
obviously, because I'm still patent pending. It's I can't put too much out there.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much, Josh, for being on the show. We really appreciate talking to you. Hey, look at that. You made it to the end. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Ignite Donut Student Spotlight. It was great to talk about Josh and hear about his company, Nottawa Docks. It's definitely a company to watch out for. If you want more information about the Ignite Donuts podcast, go to ignitedonuts.com, or you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and SoundCloud. Thanks so much for listening. This has been Chris, signing out. Have a great day.